How's it going, YouTube? This is Manny from Manny Fresh Bets, bringing you my first basket picks for today, Wednesday, April 5th. If this is the first time watching one of my videos, or if you haven't done so already, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys would like, subscribe, comment, share. Can't thank you guys enough for all the new subscribers, all the new followers on Twitter. Make sure you're following me there at Manny Fresh Bets. Big shout out to Jay Reyes from Twitter. As you can see, I have a new logo, a new front page. He worked hard on it, so I greatly appreciate all of that. Like I always tell you guys, I don't charge for these picks. But if you guys win some money with my picks and you're feeling generous, you're welcome to donate. Help out any way you can, and Jay Reyes definitely helped me out, so it looks pretty awesome, man. I really appreciate that. I haven't been posting videos lately. Didn't post too much in the beginning of this week, just been busy with work. But if you guys been following me on Twitter, and if you guys see me looking to the side, this is kind of where I got my little setup here. We hit a bunch of live bets during the weekend, and the beginning of the week. So just a few live bets that we hit. Not a few, quite a lot. We hit Bridges under his points. I think we had him at under 31.5 points. He was killing Utah. I took a shot on that. I gave it to you on Twitter. We hit that. We also hit in the same game. We hit Olynyk over his rebounds. We hit same game Horton Tucker over his assist. Maledon the same day, different game. Maledon over his assist. I think he had like over 15. I gave you Van Vliet over assist. I think I had him over 15.5. He got 20. BI. That was the day I got my jersey, so don't worry. I am going to be wearing my jersey one of these days. You guys saw that picture on Twitter. I hit him over his points. That same night I got his jersey came in the mail. That hit. We also hit with Jimmy Butler over his points and over his assist. We also got Michael Porter Jr. over rebounds and Curry over his rebounds. So as you can see, we hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We hit 10 live bets. So that's pretty good. If you bet $10 on each of those each of those live bets, you won some pretty good money with me on the weekend. So trying to do the same thing here with the first baskets. These haven't been as great as they were in the past weeks, just because, again, you have guys that usually not in the lineup making the lineup. You have teams like Detroit, the Hornets, teams like that are pretty much out of it. The Portland Trailblazers pretty much out the playoff contention. They're benching everybody. They're Dame hasn't played for a long time. Bogdanovich hasn't played for a long time. So you have obviously LaMelo Ball is injured. So you have a lot of lineups that are very different. Even the Golden State Warriors, they had I think Klay Thompson missed last night, and they had kind of a weird starting lineup with Kuminga. I think they put in Lamb was starting over DiVincenzo. So, a lot of weird lineups with these games, and that kind of throws off our first baskets. Just, because like I tell you, I do these very early, so the starting lineups aren't set. So it kind of throws it off a little bit. I will try to make a video, later during the day, maybe closer to tip-off time if I have time, or make give an update on Twitter as to what what guys I like more once I see the starting lineup, so we get closer to tip off. So we have 8 games today for the NBA. Just a heads up, I am skipping 2 games already. I'm skipping the Atlanta and the Wizards game. So it's the Hawks and the Wizards. I'm skipping that game right now. There's basically nobody listed for the first basket, so I couldn't even take that one. And then Dallas, the Mavericks against the Kings. Rumors have been going on that the Mavs may shut down Luka and Kyrie for the season. For the season. I don't think that's true, but I don't want to take that risk. It looks like they might still be alive for the play-in, but they're gonna need a lot of help in terms of that. So judging on what could happen in the earlier games, they can definitely shut them down for the season and say, you know what, we're not gonna make the playoffs. We're not gonna make the play in. Let's rest these guys for the next season. So again, don't want to take that risk with those two games. And then Atlanta and the Wizards, again, I'm skipping that one. Wizards, again, a lot of guys out, different lineups. Porzingis hasn't played for a while. Kuzma, Beal, none of those guys. It just gets even more difficult to kind of, analyze and see who's winning the first basket there. So again, skipping those two games. In terms of the games that I am taking, we got the Nets and the Pistons. Pretty much these two teams have played twice already. I already told you the Pistons about the lineups, and pretty much a new starting lineup every game for these guys. But for the Nets, it's been pretty solid with the first first starting five, with Bridges and all those guys, and Claxton, Cam Johnson, Finney Smith, and Dinwiddie. Those two games are two throwaway games. That's when, KD, Kyrie were still there very early in the season. But I can tell you Claxton is one-on-one, one win, one loss in the tip-offs. The Pistons are actually 2-0 in the first baskets. But again, that's very early in the season when guys were still in there. Bogdanovich, Ivy, all those guys. For this game, and again, I give you guys about 3 to 4 parlays. Then I give you, that's that bullshit parlay that I came up with all these crazy things happening. Then I give you my straight up picks. For this go-to guys parlay, no surprise, I'm going to go with Michael Bridges. He has been a monster ever since coming in from the Suns. I'm going to go with him, and hopefully, Claxton does win the tip against Durant or Wiseman, whoever he goes up against, and Bridges gets the first basket. In terms of the second pick for this parlay, we're gonna go to the Celtics versus the Raptors, and I'm gonna go with Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is one guy. He's been killing it ever since coming back from that injury or that rest. Is usually, like I tell you guys, usually when I pick Boston games, it's gonna be either Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum, unless like today, Robert Williams does have a chance of playing. He usually gets first baskets just because he's so big, he's so tall. They can, pretty much lob it up there for him. But they are playing, the Raptors, which, Jacob Poeltl does throw a kind of a little wrench on there because he is tall again. It's not Barnes playing center. So I am going to go with Jaylen Brown, in case you're wondering, in that game. They played two games already. Right now, Brown, Trent Williams, and Rob Williams are both doubtful. So I'm guessing that Brown is gonna play. Trent Jr. is probably not gonna play. Williams, I'm not sure. So it's kind of a toss up there. But we have the Raptors are 2-0 in terms of first basket. Siakam got one, Barnes got one, but they were going up against Griffin in the first game. In terms of tip-offs, Williams in the second game. Williams won his tip. Griffin lost his. So they're 1-1 for that. In terms of the third pick for this go-to guys parlay, I'm going to go with Valanciunas in the Grizzlies versus Pelicans game. All three of those games are pretty much throwaway. We had Zion playing in a few of them. We had Adams that hasn't played in a long time tipping off for the Grizzlies. So they're pretty much throwaways. I'm just going to bank on Valanciunas, who's been super aggressive to start games in the last 5-6 games that I've seen the stats. He's gotten a few first baskets already in those last 5-6 games. So the go-to guys parlay is going to be Bridges, Brown. There's going to be Bridges for the Nets, Jaylen Brown for the Celtics, and then Valanciunas for the Pelicans. In terms of the second parlay I'm giving out, we're going to go with Nicholas Claxton from the Nets. And I'm trying to make these videos a little shorter just because I know they do go a little longer. Then I'm going to go with Nicholas Claxton for the Nets. I'm going to go with Giannis for the Bucks. I'm going to go with Tatum for the Celtics, and then I'm going to go with my guy, Brandon Ingram, for the Pels. In terms of the that Giannis pick, they're going against the Bulls. Allen right now is out. Middleton and Connaughton are both doubtful. We have pretty much Valanciunas has lost the tip 2 out of 3 times. So, Vujicic going against Giannis the first game. Giannis won it. Lopez made a 3. Second game, Vujicic won the tip. And then Patrick Williams, who's no longer in the starting lineups, made a jumper. Valanciunas versus Lopez in the third game. Lopez won the tip. Carter misses a jumper. He's actually doubtful as well. And then Vujicic made a 3. So, we got the Bulls. Even though they've lost the tip 2 out of 3 games, they actually hit the first basket 2 out of those 3. But I am banking on Giannis, who's been a monster lately for the Bucks. So again, the second parlay, we got Claxton for the Nets, Giannis for the Bucks, Tatum for the Celtics, and then Brandon Ingram for the Pelicans. In terms of the third parlay, sorry, I'm going to take a long shot with Jalen Duren from the Pistons. They're going up they're going up against the Atlanta Hawks. I skipped it in terms of most of these parlays, but I added him as a long shot. Then I'm going to go with Vujicic for the Bulls, Siakam for the Raptors, and then I added the Lakers going up against the Clippers. I added AD. So again, that third parlay is going to be Jalen Duren for the Pistons. I took Vujicic for the Bulls, who's pretty constant with these first baskets. Siakam for the Toronto Raptors, which we actually lost a same game parlay. Basically, Siakam killed the same game parlay by himself. We had him under 31.5. I think he hit 36 points against the Hornets. I thought that game was going to be a blowout. And then we needed him at 5 rebounds. I think he got 3 or 4. So bad beat with Siakam, but I'm taking him on the first basket. Then lastly, we're going with AD in the Lakers-Clippers game. So again, third parlay, Duren, Vujicic, Siakam, and AD. Then for this fourth parlay, I'm going to go with Lopez for the Bucks. I'm going to go with Van Vliet. I'm taking a long shot with Van Vliet, even though he's going up against Marcus Smart, who's a great defender. Then I'm going to go with Triple J in the Grizzlies-Pels game. We cashed with Triple J quite a few times this year. And then I'm going to go with LeBron for that Lakers-Clippers game. He's been money. So I'm going Lopez, Van Vliet, Triple J, and LeBron for that third parlay. In terms of the long shot parlay, I'm going to go with Spencer Dinwiddie for the Nets. I'm going to go with Rob Williams for the Celtics. Again, make sure you guys are looking at those lineups and those updates in case he doesn't play. He's going to pretty much get voided if he doesn't play. So it's going to be up to the other guys. Then I'm going to go with Desmond Bane for the Grizzlies. And then I'm going to go with Kawhi for the Clippers. So again, that long shot parlay, we got Dinwiddie for the Nets, Rob Williams for the Celtics. We got Desmond Bane for the Grizz, and then we got Kawhi for the Clippers. In terms of that bullshit, that's that bullshit parlay. This is where we take these guys that are probably like third or fourth down in the pretty much the last 3-4 guys on the list, with, the long shots. I'm going to go with Cam Johnson for the Nets. I'm going to go with DeRozan. He's not really a candidate for that bullshit parlay, but he's not great on first baskets. Like, he's not taking the first shot. It's either going to be Vujicic or Levine for the Bulls. But I'm taking a long shot here with DeRozan. Then I'm going to go with Barnes. That game is for the Celtics and the Raptors. So I'm going to go with Scotty Barnes. And then I'm going to take a long shot with Murphy, who's been hitting threes left and right for the Pelicans. So that's that bullshit parlay. We got Cam Johnson for the Nets, DeRozan for the Bulls. We got Scotty Barnes for the Raptors, and then we got Trey Murphy III for the Pelicans. In terms of my straight-up picks, and I know I've gotten a few questions about what is a straight-up pick. Basically, I'm just taking that person, putting a couple of bucks on that person, 10, 15, 20 bucks on that person just to get the first basket. I'm not parlaying it with anybody else. So the straight-up picks, the Nets and the The Pistons, I got Mike Bridges, and then I got Jaden Ivey for the Detroit Pistons. Then I got for the Bulls and the Bucks, I got Giannis and Vujicic. No surprise there. Then for the Celtics and the Raptors, I got Tatum and Barnes. For the Pelicans and the Grizzlies, I'm taking Ingram and Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr. And then for the Lakers against the Clippers, I'm taking AD, and I'm going a little bit against the grain here with Norman Powell. He's set to come back in this game, and he hits a lot of shots. He hits a lot of threes. He's aggressive. I can see Russell Westbrook, looking for him in the start of the game. He's kind of getting going very early. So again, straight up picks. We got Bridges and Ivy, Giannis and Vujicic, Tatum and Barnes, Ingram and Triple J, and then we got AD and Norman Powell in that Lakers-Clippers game. Again, guys, I really appreciate all the support. We're almost at 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 991. We need 9 more. Share the word. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Again, follow me on Twitter at Manny Fresh Bets. We did amazingly well this weekend in terms of live bets. We got 10. So again, if you're betting $10 a pop, you made some pretty good money with those picks this weekend. Again, guys, really appreciate everything. Let's hit one of these. They've been. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They've been kind of shitty lately, just because of all the crazy stuff happening with all these new lineups, guys in and out, injuries, load management. It's been kind of crazy. But again, we've been kind of shitty with these, but we've made up with it in live bets. We made up with it in same game parlays. We made up with it, in just straight picks. So again, we lose here, but we win somewhere else. So that's kind of been the kind of the theme with these first baskets. But I'm pretty confident with these. I think those players that are out are gonna be out. Those players that are in are gonna play. We only got a couple of days left to the NBA season. I actually did an awards and futures bet video at the beginning of the season. I believe it was before the season started or a little bit after. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna make sure I kind of look at that date that I made those picks and that video. But in that video, I think I gave out, and I know I gave out because I looked at the video previous to filming this. I gave out a points per game parlay with Tatum. It was a bunch of guys. It was Tatum, Jimmy Butler, DeRozan, Jokic, Giannis. It was LeBron. A lot of guys were there. It was a same game parlay for guys to actually hit a points per game average. That's going to hit unless something insane happens where, LeBron scores like 3 points or something like that. It brings down his average. Jokic is kind of teetering around that 22.5 point range. But I think he's going to hit. And I think that same game parlay is going to hit. So I'm going to make a video just kind of recapping that futures video. We're not going to hit some of those, division winners just because this year has been crazy, especially in the Western Conference. All the Eastern Conference teams that we took hit, except the Western Conference. Like I think we took 2 parlays, one with the Suns winning that division, and one with the Warriors hitting the division. Obviously, they're not going to win the division. I think the Kings are winning that division. So who could have thought that? It was pretty much a long shot if you took the Kings, and congratulations if you did. But again, I'm going to make a video just kind of recapping that. Again, guys, really appreciate it. Let's get to 1,000. Let's hit some of these parlays tonight. Check out the Twitter. I'm posting live bets pretty much almost every day. Usually the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm posting more live bets just because I have more time. I don't have to be focused on work. I do work from home, but I still have to be focused on my laptop, focus on my emails. Can't be really, taking the time to do videos and, betting during work hours. So again, guys, really appreciate it. God bless. Take care. Let's hit some of these and we will talk soon.